Yo,
Hello.
what's
Good morning,
good,
good
Grace?
afternoon.
Good
It is
morning.
all G. How are you doing, Jack?
Going well, going well. I'm just happy it's Friday.
Yeah.
Excited for the weekend. Going to do a little bit of fun stuff. Gonna go dancing this
Nice.
weekend. It'll be
Ooh.
fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a vibe.
Yes.
Nice.
Grace and everyone in the chat, where are you coming from today? I'm all the way in cold New York City. How about you?
Cold. Dang, I still forget that it's winter. You looking like you're wearing short sleeves too.
Right now,
Yeah.
I am. I mean, I'm in my home.
Okay, so it's warm inside.
Yes.
That's fair. I'm coming from SF. It's getting warmer, not raining anymore for the first time in like literally 3 weeks. So just celebrating a bit of sun.
Nice.
But yeah, curious where people are tuning in from.
Yeah, let us know. We're interested.
Are you coming from?
Brisbane.
Also,
Yeah,
are you coming from a
Brisbane.
country that has TikTok?
Ooh.
Or YouTube Shorts? That's
Australia, I believe, has TikTok,
Nice.
right?
I think so.
These days.
I think so. It's also summer in Australia.
So true. Hope you're enjoying it down there. NYC. Yes, that's right, Rose. Represent.
Wow, you might be close to Jack.
Yes. I will not be telling you my address, though.
On this episode.
Well, let's get into this today. There's a few different pieces of news on YouTube that are interesting and I think worth talking about today because they do all affect creators. We're going to be talking about several different things from Shorts revenue is finally rolling out for creators. You can finally start making money from your YouTube Shorts. Secondly, the new controversial policy around profanity in videos, who it's affecting the most, how it's vague, and what you can do to avoid getting demonetized. And thirdly, talking about YouTube and its relationship to VidCon. So let's get started.
YouTube really is making headlines these days.
Yes.
Maybe it's a new era.
All right. Well, let's get started with Shorts. So, yes, YouTube Shorts monetization has been a long time coming. And finally, this article that you see here is actually from September. And I think we talked about this back then as well, because they were talking about giving creators YouTube Shorts revenue for a while now. But it's finally happening.
Yep.
And creators are going to see a 45% revenue split.
Which is the same as the long form videos, right?
I thought long form was 55%.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, that sounds good too.
But yeah, pretty much you're going to be able to start making money from content, long time coming. This could potentially change the game. I'm interested in what you guys think in the chat, and also what you think. If you think that this could really be something that influences people to move over from things like TikTok or Instagram Reels and really focus on YouTube Shorts, because right now with the TikTok fund, we don't really know how much creators are getting from that. It gets less and less as more people start creating more, as we know, and it might be running out soon.
Yeah, I definitely think this is the right move for these content creation platforms. Like, I think TikTok and these other like Instagram Reels, they need to up their game in this monetization space, because I think ultimately that is the platform that's going to win has a good monetization structure. I mean, creators, like some people are just creating because they like it and it's a side hustle or a side passion. But I think ultimately a lot of creators do want to be full-time and like be rewarded for what they're doing and the contributions they're making to society and this culture and on these platforms. So I think it's disappointing when, like, for example, I've seen so many videos of people being like, I got millions of views on my TikToks and have gotten like 10 cents for them.
Yeah.
So that's obviously disappointing. And I think YouTube has like historically done this well with their AdSense for the long form. And now I think this is gonna like draw a lot of people to shorts because they can actually make like consistent. I think that's the thing too, is like, if it's, it can be more consistent, I think that's more appealing than like this random creator fund where some months you'll make a ton of money like Instagram Reels and some months you make zero, or they just like randomly take it away, you know?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
I completely agree. I also think, I mean, we've talked about this in previous episodes, but Shorts also has the benefit of, if you create long form on YouTube, it can send people to your channel and start watching that, where you can make even more money. So I really feel like, from a monetization standpoint, like, Shorts is the way to go. I think TikTok can be really helpful. Like, as we know, the algorithm is really strong, I guess, on TikTok, and like can really understand creators and viewers. So I think that's really useful for things like just maybe growing your audience and sharing your content out there and reaching new folks. But I think for money making, YouTube is probably the way.
Right. I think it's interesting though too that so I don't know if people know, but I didn't know until we got the email for our channel that you have to actually opt into the partner program again, like confirm that you want to be part of it. So if anyone has a YouTube channel here that you're trying to like keep monetized, make sure you check your email and look for that email if you're already in the partner program, because if you don't confirm by July 10th, I think July 10th, then you're out of the partner program completely, even for long form video. So that's definitely something. I mean, I think it's because they basically rewrote the structure of the legal terms probably to include shorts. So I guess you legally have to reconfirm that you want to sign that essentially. But yeah, definitely look out for that, because it's, if you're already monetized today and you don't do this, you're just not gonna be monetized after July. So
that's really
that was something that was interesting that I feel like they need to do a better job, making sure people realize.
To answer this question by Seal Coding is Life, how much will they be paying? Did we cover that already? So it's sort of a vague answer. We know that they're going to be paying 45% of what revenue you make from the ads that are on your shorts. So ultimately, then that really depends on what CPM you're getting on your content. CPM can vary a lot between types of content. So for instance, if you're making content about financial services or like crypto or something, or at least there was a lot of money in these services, and so they would pay top dollar to get their ads seen. But if you're doing comedy, there might be less of a advertising fit, and the ads might be less high quality and pay less. So it's all about the value of your CPM. Also, I'm not sure what CPM will be like on versus short form. I'm not sure if we'll see a difference in how that goes. And the prices and revenue that you get from 1,000 views on shorts versus long form. Not quite sure.
Actually, that'll be really interesting to see, because we know that long form you can make decent money with YouTube partner program, but maybe the shorts will be not as great. I kind of similar to TikTok, I wonder how they'll try to keep that level with the long form content advertising. I mean, I feel like they would do a good job with it if they're trying to push it this hard and make it the big thing, and has so much potential to move people away from TikTok. But we just gotta see.
I have to imagine it probably won't be as lucrative as long form. Also, because long form, theoretically, you can have as many ads in it as you want, pretty much, depending on how long your video is. So you probably are only getting like one ad on a short, and they probably don't want to put an ad on every single short because people will sign off. So I bet it'll be less, quite a bit.
Right.
But still, I mean, especially if you're a smaller channel and it's easier to get views on shorts, then it might still be helpful.
Yeah, that's
yes.
true.
Event Yours of Spirits. I use shorts to promote my channel along with TikTok. It's been very helpful. Completely agree. I actually just started a new channel for a personal project, and shorts has completely helped grow my audience. So yes, definitely a good tool that I think is underutilized.
I also think the other interesting thing about this shorts revenue program is that they changed the requirements to be part of the program. So the requirements, I think it sounds like before, like previously today, you have to have 1,000 subscribers. Okay, yeah. Oh, this is the new one. Today, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and then 4,000 public watch hours on content from the past year. And that includes shorts and long form content. Now, the 1,000 subscriber minimum is the same, but they're kind of dividing long form and short form so that you have to either have 4,000 watch hours on long form, like not shorts content, or 10 million shorts views from the last 90 days.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. That sounds like kind of hard for the short side, right?
Yeah, I mean, definitely hard. I would imagine you'd have to be a really large, thriving channel already to sort of meet that goal, unless you have like one super, super, super viral video. But like, I can just say, like I just started a new channel about Dungeons and Dragons, because that's the game I play, like over 3 months ago now. And we've been posting on shorts, maybe not over, like almost 3 months ago now. We've been posting on shorts, and they've been doing pretty well. They've been getting, thousands of views. Some of them have over 10,000 views. And we post several times a week, and we still only have 100,000 views total. And so like that bar where it shows you like out of 10 million how close I am, it's so small. It's 1% of the requirement.
Really?
Yes. So
wow.
It's definitely tough to, I think honestly, the public watch hours thing is probably the way to go, because I think if you're making shorts, you should probably also be making long form. And using shorts as a mechanism to grow that long form. And people just watch longer. And you'll get those watch hours easier.
Right. Yeah, I think it's particularly, if you're starting a new channel, which a lot of people are, especially if you have a thriving channel on TikTok and now you're interested in joining YouTube for the monetization on shorts, you're starting from zero. So you're in the same boat, Jack, right? Like it's like you started from zero, you've been posting consistently for 3 months, and you've barely gotten anywhere near like 10 million views. That's gotta be kind of discouraging too. Like I think this will only work and pull people towards shorts and away from TikTok and Instagram Reels if they can get that like first few months experience right. Because otherwise, if it's that discouraging, it's like, okay, why am I doing this? It's like not fruitful.
Yeah, I think ultimately this is really only a program that's probably already going to help people that already are monetized. Unless you find a way to make something super, super viral, which is possible, obviously, but definitely difficult. And yeah, I'm like less discouraged about it, because I really just view shorts as a growth mechanism for our long form content. I'm not so worried about the money, just because as Hugis Art Studio, excuse me if I'm saying that wrong, says, I think the revenue will be far less. I'm skeptical it would generate a lot of money as well. I'm not really looking to it as a consistent way to make money, and more so just a way to get people on the channel where like more high value viewers will probably stay. They subscribe.
Right. The other thing I wonder with this split of like, they're basically dividing the requirements between shorts and non-shorts content. It's like, so suddenly, like, also 90 days is a short period of time. That means you have to like really consistently be making shorts that are getting tons of views over time. So
Yeah.
it's like, if you stop, if you're not eligible because of the 10 million views anymore, like you were in the program, but then you go below 10 million in the last 90 days, like, do you think they'll just kick you out? I guess so.
I think they'll probably let you stay in, at least I would imagine. Like, I think in the same way where if with the older eligibility, like if you were a partner and then you took a month off or 3 months off or whatever, or I guess even a year off, like you still are a partner. I'm interested in like why, like what's the point, I kind of feel like, of these really hard sort of metrics to reach, just because I don't think it's that hard for YouTube to like set this up for people. What do you think?
Yeah, it's like, I think that's why I'm a little bit like confused, is like, I feel like the goal, okay, right now it's TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts primarily that are all vying for this short form domination.
Yeah.
And I think this is a really good shot that YouTube has at getting above the rest of them, because they have good monetization structure, and that can be consistent for creators. But it just feels like they're making it so hard to qualify with the short form content requirement that it's not gonna like make people feel motivated. It might just make them feel like discouraged, and I could see people getting more like frustrated with YouTube as a result, or like feel like it's not worth it. So that's, I guess, why that's like the question I'm also trying to figure out. I guess one thought is that they're just trying to make it like, I think a lot of times short form content can be like, people are just taking a YouTube or a TikTok video that they didn't even make and like post on YouTube Shorts. So I feel like maybe they're just trying to reward the people who are consistently posting original content, and this is like one filter of doing that. Another thought is like, because they're just rolling this out, they want to make sure it's working right, and they're not throwing money at people who they don't really want to give money to, and then maybe eventually they'll lower that requirement. I think that's also the easier way to do it, of like, if you had an easy requirement, everyone gets in, then somehow sometime later you want to raise the requirement, everyone's going to be pissed at you, right? So it's like, if you make it easier in the future, then people will be happy, as opposed to being mad that they made it harder. I don't know, what do you think?
Yeah, part of me thinks it's maybe because of they want to make sure that the people who are creating content, like, I think they're sort of protecting their advertisers maybe from a lot of the content on Shorts, because which we can talk about now and sort of move over, I guess, to, is there's a bunch of new profanity rules on YouTube, which are there can't be any profanity in the title, the thumbnail, or in the first 7 seconds of a video, or throughout the video at a large scale. And I think, maybe they're trying to protect their advertisers from like, because I'd imagine that like content moderation for short form is harder.
Right.
Just because there's so much being made. So like maybe they want to like have more trust in the creators before they allow them to run ads on those videos. Right.
That's true. Because at the end of the day, like, this all does, I mean, obviously the creators are very important, but so are the advertisers. And if the advertisers don't want to be on the platform, then no one's ever going to get money. So that's a fair point. They're trying to like prove to their advertisers first in the value. And then it just like feels kind of bad though, you know, because it's like, at the end of the day, the advertisers still are almost like not preferred over creators, but they're definitely like getting special treatment. They're getting priority special treatment or something, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a lot of the problems people have with this new rule as well, which is sort of unrelated, but sort of related, is that people think that there is special treatment on YouTube now. for certain like organizations and groups. I can, yeah, like there's these loopholes where, like some accounts, you know, like that make like music videos and like Vivo and any like large corporation that has a YouTube account might be able to still use profanity, but then it seems like these smaller creators are being shunned away for using them because they probably don't have as much of like power to say like, well, we'll just remove all of our content, and they don't want to like make these big corporations mad. So yeah.
I mean, part of me I feel like YouTube always had that power though of like they can do whatever they want ultimately. And I think the hard part with this is like this rule. It's like, okay, you're changing this policy now. Why? But now you're applying it to all previous content. Like that does feel like I think at the base of this policy change, they're trying to make YouTube like a safer place and have less profanity in the first 8 seconds or first few seconds of the video. And so I guess like past content is still on YouTube. So that means that like someone could still stumble across it. And this policy, like that's why they're trying to make it spread across all content. But it does feel like, I don't know, is there a way to get compensation for that? That's like, you know, you might be making a ton of money on like a bunch of old videos and suddenly they're demonetized. And that's like your whole revenue stream gone or something, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we've seen a lot of complaints, in fact, from the gaming community regarding these issues. And it's not all just because of what they're saying in the content either. It can be because of like what actually they're showing on screen as well, like a certain game. So you can see this photo, which is from a game called The Quarry, which I've actually played, and it's sort of like a like a teen like murder movie almost. Like sort of like that with like, you know, vampires and stuff, and it's pretty gory, and they also like curse in the game, and it's like now our creators unable to actually make content like playing this game or reviewing it or whatever if it has like all of these things, and that's really like hurting content creators, and they're seeing demonetization for things like this.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh man. I wonder how the game creators, the people producing the games must be like also really mad, because it's like they basically can't advertise anything on YouTube.
Right.
That's very
it's true.
Someone commented, show Beezy, 4,000 watch time hours in shorts will be easy to hit for channels that are mainly shorts. I think the 4,000 watch time hours only applies to long form content in the new rules though. So it's like you only can do, so it's 4,000 hours non-shorts content or 10 million views of shorts content. So yeah, I agree. I think if they had the shorts involved in the 4,000 watch time hours, that would feel better. But that's still pretty hard, like, because a lot of shorts are like a minute or less, you know? So 4,000, that would be like a lot. But yeah, I think at the end of the day too, like this feels, the new requirements feel like you either have to do long form content or shorts. Because realistically, people only have so much time in a day or a week, you know? Like to be creating long form and short form, which I think lends itself naturally to doing both, you kind of are splitting your efforts across those two different requirements. So it's harder to get to any of them, you know? Right. So that's why I feel like confused about why they're doing that. But yeah, I think you're right about the advertisers. They're trying to like almost silo the advertisers between long form and short form.
Right. And then also not only that, but it's one thing leads to the next, right? Like you might get all these watch hours and then get monetized. And then as we're talking about right now, might start getting demonetized much more easily with this new policy. So like, was it even worth it? Is interesting.
Yeah. No, I think this is a pivotal time for YouTube and like being a creator on YouTube, because I mean, they're just changing a lot right now, and like that is exciting because of potential, possibilities, but I could see them like, I mean, YouTube hasn't been, I can't think of many things that they've fumbled majorly, but
Yeah.
I think this is one that everyone hangs their literal, like, if this is your livelihood, you're really paying attention now. So I
Yeah.
think, yeah, they better be careful with what they're doing.
Yeah, definitely. Also, another critique about this is that, just quickly, is that all profanity is treated equally. So saying something like crap might
Yeah.
actually, in the first 7 seconds, is like equal to saying a much more profane word,
Right.
which to me doesn't make as much sense.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah. I think it seems silly. It's like, okay, that feels very different than like the F word or like other words. But in some senses too, I kind of get it, because it's like there's always new words coming up, and like, in the lingo, and just like becoming part of our culture. And I think it makes it easier to say like, okay, it just goes in the bucket. It doesn't matter like what the levels of the things are in the bucket, but it's in the bucket. So you better not say it or something.
Yeah.
So in some ways I could see how it makes it easier, but I think the thing, it's just, how could you do that to pass content? That's like, that's like every policy should be like, most policies are grandfathered in of like, you made it before we implemented this, so that's fine. I just, that feels frustrating. And
I mean, it could ruin someone's life. Like, if your old content's getting views and suddenly that stops. That's really insane.
This is also true. Google just laid off 12,000 people.
Wow. When did that news come out?
I think that was literally like today.
Oh, wow.
So that is a good point. I wonder if that I wonder how that affects the YouTube stuff and just like monetization in general, if they're already like kind of hurting for money, or I don't know.
Wow.
Definitely some scary times, but I guess we'll have to check back on how YouTube Shorts is going in a few weeks.
Yeah, definitely.
Of like, are people funny? Yeah.
Cool. Well, do we want to talk about VidCon? I feel like this is just a small little thing.
I think it's okay. I guess if anyone didn't know, VidCon, the main sponsor of VidCon is now YouTube. Last year it was TikTok, and historically it's been YouTube. So I think that's another like reason. I don't know. I think this is a big moment for them, basically. I think the next few months they're really trying to play up the fact that their monetization is launching, and they're trying to like be the main short form platform. We'll see how it goes.
We will see how it goes. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for your comments and letting us know your thoughts. Grace, you're a real one, as always.
Yes. It's been good.
Looking forward to talking more to you all next week, next Friday.
Yeah. Good luck with YouTube Shorts, everyone.
Yes. Make some today. All right.
Yeah.
Later.
Bye, everyone.